Hi everyone! So I decided to do a mukbang today because I haven't done one in a long time. I asked you guys on Twitter what I should get and you all said Taco Bell. So Flynn and I are gonna sit here. He's not having Taco Bell. I'm having Taco Bell. He's having blueberries. Ah, there's a fly. And now he's having a PB&J. Yeah. So love, there's a bunch of stuff here. Obviously I'm not gonna eat all of this. All right, I don't even know what I got. All right, I think this is a what's this called? A quesarito? Oh, I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. No! All right. Yeah, I think it's a quesarito. Why do I want another bite even though it was really gross? This is my childhood. It was the nachos. You want one? Nachos, and you dip it in the nacho cheese sauce. It's so good. Flynn is having, what happened to your PB&J, dude? How is it fully intact, basically? Just scrunched, and it's peanut butter is all over his face. Toddlers are shocking. Anyway, I don't have anything to talk about. I feel like in order to do a mukbang, I should have something to talk about, right, Flynn? Okay, so we're gonna do an organic mango popsicle. Basically just mango sorbet, but it'll keep it. So Eric just told me that Taco Bell's like deleting a bunch of their menu items, which is big drama, Flynn. What do you think about this?
Burger?
Oh, really?
The burger.
Oh. I guess they're deleting a bunch of their menu items or something. I always eat my tacos first because I don't like the shell to get soggy. Right, I'm a boring gal when it comes to Taco Bell. A lot of people ask me what my Taco Bell order is. I always just want a regular crunchy taco and a regular burrito with no onions. Like, I'm very simple, but today I got a lot of things. Is that yummy? Okay, question. What are you guys watching during quarantine? Because I've run out of shows to watch. Like, there's like nothing left. We started watching the new docu-series about the Golden State Killer, which is terrifying. Have you started that yet? It's terrifying. So scary. This man, I don't want to say the words because they're triggering words, but he did horrible things. Yeah, he did horrible things to women. A lot of these women are now deceased because of him as well. And the first person that he did that to, actually, it happened in my hometown, right next to where my mom grew up. Like, we were watching the documentary together. I was with my mom, and they showed a map of where his like first victim was that he ended her life, and it was literally like blocks from where my mother grew up. It was really terrifying, and they were like, oh my gosh, and like just seeing it and knowing the streets, that like it was so crazy. Like, he always goes through creeks and stuff to get to people. That was his thing. Like, he'd always go to someone's house who was near a creek. The creek that he went down, like, I used to go with my cousins to all the time, like by my grandma's house. It was really spooky. So we're watching that, but that comes out weekly. And then also Amy Schumer's docu-series on her pregnancy and her birth came out, and it was incredible. But I need like a show to watch. The hard thing is I want to watch stuff with Eric, but he's seen everything. Wow! Like, I want to see Euphoria. I haven't seen Euphoria.
Euphoria is good.
Wow!
Euphoria.
Wow. Tell me in the comments what you guys are watching or have watched during quarantine that you like. I typically like documentary type of series. I don't like anything that's like superhero-y or like really mystical, or like, does that make sense? Like, it has to seem real to me. I can't like bite my teeth into it if it's like really not realistic. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway.
I'm watching Dark. Have you heard that? It's on Netflix. It's like a Stranger Things kind of a thing, but it's Norwegian or Swedish or something. Yeah, it's really good. But they dub it in English. It's just when they dub it, the acting is so bad on the voiceovers.
They dubbed our voices in Haters Back Off. That was one of the weirdest things, was I had to approve the voices of doing Miranda Sings, which they usually don't do. Like, Netflix was so awesome. They were so good to work with on Haters. They were really respectful of the fact that I was like very protective over my character and stuff. So they were really good about not just casting random voiceover actors. They like wanted me to listen to them and be like, is this okay? And it was so cool to hear people go, hey guys, it's me, Miranda, and like Japanese and Italian and Spanish and German. You wanna watch the video?
Yeah.
Flynn has an iPad. Actually, it's my iPad. It's very old. The only video on it is a video of himself. And he loves to watch it. You wanna watch yourself?
Yeah.
Can you say please, Flynn? Okay. That's why he says please. So just so you know, this is please in sign language, which is why he touches his tummy. He's recently started going for please. Anyway, it was really cool to be able to listen to people talk like Miranda in different languages. And when I went on tour in Germany, I actually met the woman who voiced Miranda, the German voice of Miranda came to my show, and I got to meet her in person, which was super cool. But yeah, it's super cool that Netflix does that. They like dub it in like every single language. So you can watch it everywhere. Are you all done? You barely ate anything. This is a mukbang. You have to eat a lot. Do you want these?
Yeah.
Can you say please? I don't know what to talk about.
What's the first thing you want to do once?
Well, it's weird. Once quarantine's over, it's weird because like, it's not like one day it's just gonna be like, oh, it's over. It's like such a slow process, but I'm desperate to go on tour. And I really wanna go visit Eric's parents and his family because we haven't seen them in a long time. So I think our first order of business is to try to see his family somehow, his parents. I wanna tour again, but I don't know how that's possible because theaters aren't gonna open and like people aren't gonna wanna gather in big groups. I just miss traveling. Like I wanna go to Yosemite. I wanna go back to Vancouver. Don't you miss traveling? Like, I think that's what I miss the most. I used to go constantly traveling. Yeah, every other weekend I'd be in a new city, on a plane, on a train, on a bus. Like, I love traveling. So yeah, I don't know. I wanna have a big party here at some point, like with my whole family. I really miss my whole family. Have a game night. What's it like where you live? Cause here the quarantine is like going back into effect, honey, but we never stopped quarantining. We've been like this since March. Like we haven't really left the house at all. In other places, everything's back to normal, which is really bizarre to see because we've been like this for like 4 months. You want it again? Literally, he just watches himself on repeat. A video of him on the couch right there. If the end of quarantine was just like, all restrictions lifted, everything's fine, coronavirus is totally gone, I'd be like, a tour. I'd want a bus tour, like immediately. I want to go to Europe. I haven't been to Europe in so long. I freaking love tours so much.
Mama.
You want more? Can you say please? Good boy. Say thank you. Good boy. That's thank you in sign language. I learned C signing growing up. My brother was hard of hearing and then eventually like deaf, and then now he's cochlear implants. But as a little girl, we all learned sign language in my family. And then I like continued and went to like college courses with my mom for sign language. We learned C signing, which is signing exact English. I don't know if people still do that. I don't know much about sign language now, but ASL is American Sign Language and it's more common. That's like the most common form of sign language in America. C signing is signing exact English. So we would sign every single word in the order that you say it, because Trent was hard of hearing, and so we wanted to make sure that he was signing what he also was speaking, if that makes sense. I haven't taken sign in so long and I'm not fluent anymore at all, but like if I was gonna say I am going to the store, I would sign every single word, whereas ASL would be like store me go, or like store go, you know, like. So anyway, that's this type of sign language I learned. So I know some signs and we're teaching him signs, and there's some things that like he's talking a lot, but he won't say the words. He'll only say, for a long time he would just do this for please, and he wouldn't say please, and now he goes bah. He already had lunch, by the way. He had blueberries and apples and oatmeal, and he had a ton of stuff, and this is like an afternoon. It's like 3 in the afternoon right now. We're also in the process of skipping naps, which is really fun. So he only has 1 nap a day, which is so cool. I don't know why I went off on a tangent about sign language, but
Okay, so you just watched E.T. First of all, do you believe in aliens? And second of all, have you ever do you know someone that's seen an alien or UFO?
I did watch E.T. for the first time last night. We only got halfway through, because that's how I watch movies. Wow! Wow. We watched E.T. I wasn't allowed to see it as a kid because we didn't, I don't know why. Actually, I'm gonna ask my mom right now. Let's call her. Hi, why wasn't I allowed to watch E.T. as a kid?
Why weren't you allowed to watch E.T.?
Yeah.
I don't remember why.
He's showing you his popsicle.
Wow, you got a popsicle? Yummy. I don't remember why.
Just because it's about an alien and you didn't believe in aliens?
I don't know, we didn't let you watch a lot of things.
I know. Probably just because it was about an alien.
Maybe.
All right, love ya. See, I don't know why I wasn't allowed to watch E.T. I think it was because it's about aliens and my parents were very conservative and we weren't allowed to watch pretty much anything growing up. Yeah, we were allowed to watch VeggieTales, which is a Christian TV show. You want to see Grandma again? Okay, well, we're done seeing Grandma. Do you want to do something else?
Yeah.
Are you all done?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to clean your hands and your face?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to a mukbang with the baby.
Mama?
You want to see Grandma?
Yeah.
We're gonna see Grandma. He's showing you the squirrel. Sorry, there's a lot happening. Flynn is sad, he misses his grandparents. We're FaceTiming grandparents. I'm filming video. And he wants to show them the squirrel outside. So there's a lot going on. So I'm gonna need to pause you. Okay, so now Flynn is FaceTiming with my parents. He's carrying around the phone. Anyway, so my mom just told me that my dad said that we weren't allowed to watch because he didn't want us believing in aliens and the kids said bad words. And I remember that now watching it last night that they did say bad words. And we weren't allowed to watch anything with bad words, anything with aliens, witches, witchcraft, wizardry, magical powers, anything like that we weren't allowed to watch, except for Disney movies. Because I was allowed to watch Beauty and the Beast, which at the beginning there's like an evil witch who casts a spell. So I don't know. So do I believe in aliens?
Yeah. Have you seen a UFO?
No. There was one time in LA where there was like a huge streak of like, do you remember this was like a year or two ago?
Yeah.
And everyone in LA was talking about it. We were all like,
yes.
There's a UFO in the sky. Like this is straight up a UFO. And then like NASA came out and was like, it was an airplane or something. We're like, it was a UFO. It was so weird. No one would say what it was.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about it. I don't know. I think that there's definitely life outside of us on Earth. Like I think there's probably other universes with some other life form. Do I believe in aliens? Like not in the traditional idea of an alien. I don't think they like, you know, I don't think that like what we think of as an alien or as a UFO exists. I think we made all that up. I think we don't know. There could be other forms of like really intelligent life on some other universe that are similar to us or way smarter, or like bugs on some planet somewhere. I do think there's life on some other planet in some other universe. The universe is massive, and for us to think that we're the only things out there, I think, I don't know. I don't judge people who think one way or the other. I don't know, and that's kind of how I think about that. I'm like, I think there probably is, but I don't know too much more than that. I do believe in like demons and ghosts, stuff on the other side. He's showing them outside. Mom, I know you probably can't see anything, but he's literally showing you everything in the house.
Yeah, he is. We're seeing the ceiling and other glass.
He thinks he's showing you the dog, the squirrels, the birds.
He's showing you moose.
He's showing you moose right now. He misses Grandma and Grandpa, they're his best friends. I do believe in like demons and ghosts and stuff. I have experienced weird ghost stuff, and I was raised extremely religious. So in religion, you learn about angels and demons and stuff like that. I definitely feel like I have experienced some form of ghosts, demons, otherworldly things that are watching us or over us. Like I have felt it, I have seen it, I've experienced it. I've talked about it in videos before. We went to a Christian university. I have experienced weird stuff at our school. I remember in my dorm, my freshman year, some girl like became possessed. There was like a poster on the wall and it like melted, and like her roommate was like, it was like Britney Spears, and Britney Spears' face melted on the poster, and like the girl started screaming, and then like we had to pray over the whole dorm, and like it was weird. Like that stuff's, I think that stuff's all very real. And like I've experienced one time where the craziest thing, I've talked about it in video before, so I won't tell the full story, but like I had a roommate and we had bunk beds in our dorm room. I got home really, really late one night, and we had been feeling weird about our room for a while, like dark and yucky about our room. But anyway, I was out late one night with a friend, and I got home at like 4 in the morning or something really late. She was on the top bunk, and so she was asleep, and I saw her hair draped over the bed. Like she had really long curly hair, and I was like, oh, she's asleep, I gotta be quiet. Blankets were over her, but all I could see was her hair draped off the bed. Got ready for bed, brushed my teeth, whatever, and then I got in bed and I could hear her breathing really loud, and it didn't sound normal, so I thought something was wrong. So I said, Amanda, Amanda, and I started saying her name to try to wake her up because I could hear her breathing loudly and it sounded just stressed and weird, and then it started to sound deeper, and it sounded like a man breathing in the bunk bed above me, like like that, but it sounded like really deep, like a man, and I was like, Amanda, and she wouldn't respond, wouldn't wake up. Let me make sure my husband is watching my son. So I started saying like, Amanda, Amanda, and she wouldn't wake up, and the breathing got deeper and deeper and deeper. And then I heard the door start to turn, like our bedroom door, our doorknob starts to open. I start crying and praying. I'm like, oh my God, someone's coming into our room. Like, what's going on? Amanda's asleep. Maybe she's sick. I don't know what's going on. And then Amanda walks through the door, and I was like, Amanda, you're in your bed. You're in your bed. She's like, what are you talking about? I just got home. Sorry, did I wake you up? And I was like, no, Amanda, you're in your bed. I just saw you in your bed. I heard you breathing in your bed. She's like, Colleen, I have not been home. What are you talking about? And got out of the bed and looked on the bed. All the sheets were pulled completely back up against the wall. No one is up there. Like, it was completely empty. It was one of the scariest. I started sobbing. I was like, oh my God. And then the next night, the same thing happened to her. When I walked through the door, she's like, you're in your bed sleeping. And I was like, no, I'm not. She's like, yes, I saw you in your bed sleeping. So after that, we had like the campus pastor come and like like pray over the room and like, and did all this stuff and whatever, but like, and I've experienced more things than just that too. Like I've experienced a lot of weird like demon, ghost things. But that was my first like big one that was like scary. He's showing you Moose right now. Flynn is literally, to show you this. Flynn is literally carrying around the phone of my parents, running around the house, showing them everything. He's showing you his excavator. Where's Gus Gus, Flynn? Show Gus Gus. Yeah, go show Gus. All they can see is the ceiling. They haven't seen anything, but he thinks he's showing them everything. Flynn, show him your slide right here. Oh, look at Gus, what is he doing? So anyway, yes, and Corey believes in all that too.
Yeah, it scares me a lot.
It's really scary. Honestly, like a lot of people go like, I don't believe in demons, I don't believe in any of that stuff, I don't believe in what, that's fine. It's for me, it's not even like I believe in it, it's like I know that it's true because I've seen it.
Yeah.
Like I've literally experienced, like I saw a ghost in a bed and like heard it breathing and felt its presence, and like I wasn't imagining things. I didn't back then. I hadn't been drinking that night. I never did drugs. Like it wasn't like I was out of it. Like I was totally fine. Everything was fine. There was nothing out of the ordinary except for the fact that I felt weird. I also have had something called like sleep paralysis is what they call it. But if you've experienced sleep paralysis, that sounds so like condescending for someone to say it's sleep paralysis because of how terrifying that experience is. It just sounds like whenever you tell someone your sleep paralysis experience, they're like, oh, that's just sleep paralysis. And it's like, no, I literally saw a demon standing at the foot of my bed, and it felt like someone had, like a strong man had his arms like this on my chest and was pressing me down into the bed, and I couldn't scream. My eyes were open. I couldn't scream. I couldn't do anything. I was frozen, and there were tears streaming down my face. I couldn't move. I felt like someone was pressing on my chest, shoving me into the bed, and I could see a black, dark shadow figure at the foot of my bed. And finally, after like hours, I was able to scream bloody murder, and like it all like went away. But when I closed my eyes, I saw blood, and when my eyes were open, I saw this figure. And whenever I tell it to people, like, oh, it's just sleep paralysis. I'm like, it's just sleep paralysis? Like, it was like the most terrifying night of my life.
If that happened to me, I would have a heart attack.
I didn't sleep for days. I didn't sleep for days. It was horrible, 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 horrible. Like literally in my mind, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, but nothing would come out of my mouth. It was terrifying. Yeah, I don't know anything about sleep paralysis, but whenever I tell a story, people say that's what it is, but it also kind of just felt like it was a demon. So I don't know. But yeah, that's how I feel about all that. I could go on. I have so many stories. So many stories. Something
happened to me. I heard like clinking, like metal clinking together in my bed, and I was like, oh, that's just Moose's collar. And I went back to bed. Moose doesn't wear collar.
No.
And I realized that this morning when I woke up, like, Moose doesn't wear a collar. He wears a scarf because he's a fabulous man. But like, what was that clinky metal noise in my room?
I don't know, I hear noises all the time in this house. Like, all the time. Like, how many times at night do I text people like, is that you downstairs? Because I hear the craziest noises, like if someone walking around, or like, I never thought it was a ghost or anything, but isn't it creepy when you like hear a sound in your house, you're like, I know I'm here alone, or I know everyone's asleep, what does that sound like? I hear sounds all the time in the house, but I think houses just make noise. I don't know. I want to know what happened in this house before I lived here. Because this house is a brand new house, but the house before, like, did someone die in that house? It was an old house. Like, what happened in that house? And are those like spirits still around? But I don't know. I do believe in like some form of demon or ghost or other life or something that's invisible that's messing with us. Maybe there's just like invisible people that like, those are the aliens. Maybe there's invisible aliens that come here and just mess with us and be like, let's make people think there's demons.
Who's this dumb gay? Let's make a metal clink in the middle of the night. It'll scare him to bits.
Exactly. So, anyway, oh my gosh, yum. Sorry it was so edited at the beginning. I was just trying to like get my 1-year-old settled. I got a 1-year-old. It's gonna be hectic. So instead of showing you all the parts where I ran away and came back to get him something or do something or talk to him about something, I just cut those parts out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and let me know what you want me to do next. I really like mukbangs because I get to eat and just like talk and hang out. You guys picked this food. I asked you what should I eat for lunch, and literally half of the answers were Taco Bell. So I think you're supposed to talk about what you have when you eat and mukbang. I'm really bad at mukbangs, I'm sorry. But I had crunchy tacos, regular, a bean and cheese burrito, quesarito, tostada, soft taco, and nachos and cheese. And I kind of just had a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's all. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.